Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Traxion channel for our first look at the new multiplayer UI on RaceRoom. Now, we did already do a video on this, which came out last night, so hopefully you guys have had a chance to take a quick look at that. But yeah, this is our first proper look at some racing in multiplayer. It's all come about quite quickly. The updates just launched right now for the public, so you guys will be able to jump on this very soon. There'll be an announcement, I'm sure, on the RaceRoom Discord very, very shortly, if not already. But we're literally jumping straight into a race, so I'm going to get on this, and I'm going to be changing some settings and doing some things as we go here, just working out what's actually happening, because, as I say, I've been setting this up in a bit of a rush, so give me a second. I'm going to turn down that music as well. So we're literally firing into a race here, guys, within the first, 5 minutes or so. Is my mic working? Yeah, hopefully. Right. Multiplayer. Oh, it's just you. That's good. I just wanted to make sure. Welcome to the stream, Born Not to Run. Welcome, Samuel. You've been playing already, I think. Sounds good. Lots of people very excited. Hey, QB. How's it going? Awesome, awesome. So this is the new multiplayer UI, guys. We've literally only gotten about 9 minutes till the first race, and the registration closes, I think, 8 minutes or 7 minutes before the event starts. So you can see here, yeah, 7 minutes before the event starts, registration closes or something like that. So we have short daily races every half hour. We've got MX5 Cup, Super Touring, MX5, Super Touring. So we're going to just do some quick fire races here. I'm completely unprepared in terms of the car and track combos, but it's just going to be fun to jump in and have a race with you lot. So we're going to get into all of the UI and everything like that as we go here. But yeah, I mean, I might as well just show you, since we've got a few minutes before the event actually starts, and this will be my first event in this UI, so apologies if anything goes wrong. We have our profile on the left, so you've got an ID, you've also got your rating, your reputation, so that's to do with your, obviously, speed with your rating, where you finish in the actual races, and your reputation is to do with how many incidents you have, and your safety, so to speak. And then you have a global position, a national position, and then the amount of races you've done as well. So within daily races, we have sprint and feature. So sprint races are the short ones. You can see here feature races at 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock UK time as well. So they are 40-minute races rather than 15 minutes. And you can see there hypercars. We've got hypercars on RaceRoom to go with the GT3s. I'm just going to move the camera slightly. I feel like it's a little bit far away. If I keep turning to look at the camera, I feel like I'm pointing away from the microphone, so you might not be able to hear me. So hopefully all sounds okay anyway. I've lost my glove. There it is. So yeah, that's your feature races. You've also got weekly events here. And you can see this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have 3 different Nürburgring NLS races, 60 minutes, with time slots of 5:37 and 8:30 on the Friday. So you can look ahead to these things. You can register in advance, get yourself signed up, and then you'll be able to enter the race when it comes about. The main thing, of course, with this is, being the new multiplayer UI, is having splits, because obviously this is a new UI, but it's also just a kind of relaunch of the ranked system. So yes, there's carryover, and the fundamentals in the background are, a lot of it's quite similar with your profile and everything, but we now have the opportunity to register for events rather than just entering individual servers, and that means we actually have splits that are going to be sorted by driver rating. So it's great, because it means that if there are lots of people doing the same race, you're going to be, if you're up there with the fastest, you're going to be against the fastest. And if you're new to the game, you're going to be with other people who are also new to the game or have a similar driver rating. So that is great to see. Hey, Matthew Williams, how's it going? Mark's here as well. Good to see you. Not tried RaceRoom yet. Interesting. Well, this is very, this update is very new, as in very, very, very new. So this is day 1 with the update. But I don't know if you mean you've actually not tried RaceRoom at all, which is interesting. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that, Dan. Get reinstalling now and hopefully it fixes it for you. We've already signed up for our daily race, so I will show you more of the stuff in a little bit. But as you can see, if we go to the sign-ups screen here, on Thursday the 25th, which is today, We have MX5 International, MX5 Watkins Glen International is what I'm trying to say. Short circuit with the inner loop, so that's what our first race is going to be. 25 people signed up as we basically, this is getting publicly announced for the first time right as we speak. Registration's closed and the server starts in 4 minutes, so we can still go around the rest of the game, look at stuff, we can probably go into offline things, but we'll still be registered for the event, and then I'm hoping we can just join at 3 o'clock, but that'll be our half 2, sorry. But that'll be the first test for me to actually do that, so that's cool. Oh no, Dan, no! That is a nightmare. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. You shouldn't have to reinstall the whole game. That's a shame. I wouldn't have expected you have to reinstall the whole game, but yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully you get it installed, and I'm sorry it's going to take so long. Yeah, speaking of, you're saying there that a lot of the content's paywalled. Of course, yeah, RaceRoom is free to enter, which makes it a lot more accessible than a lot of other games. But of course, most of the content is paid. So yes, there is a paywall, but the content's pretty cheap. You can just stick to the stuff that's free, or buy one of the kind of early game packs, and then you can get going at a relatively low price. But I'm sorry if the content you want to go is paywalled and you don't want to purchase it. That's a shame. The hypercars are $7.99 each. The 3 new hypercars, as you would have seen from our video that went out last night, and the Laguna is $5.99, so the same price as the rest of the Super Tours. 25 cars. Oh, I don't know though, Samuel. Does that mean there will be more than one split? Like, we could be looking at one split of 25. I don't know what the maximum is. In fact, can we find out? So we click on here. We get information about the race, so the car. Obviously, you can choose a livery at some stage as well. Option to join servers down there, but it's currently blanked out. Then we've got the session settings. So you've got the weather, and you've got how long each session is. So 5 minutes practice, 8 minutes qualifying, 15 minutes race. Should be... How's that? Is that enough time to get back out again and join the next Super Tour race? I'm not sure it is. Ooh, we'll have to see. Actually, I can register now. This is the thing. I can actually register for all of these races now. So if I select... We'll go the Laguna, because it's new. If I register now for the next race, then I shouldn't miss it. There we go. And then I can register... I'll register for the third race as well. So then you don't need to worry about leaving in time to register, if that makes any sense. There we go. So I'm now signed up for the next 3 events. So you've got the MX5 one that's about to start, Super Touring, and then MX5 again after that. They're all 15-minute races. Mandatory pit stop. Interesting. So I think we might have a mandatory pit stop as well, which maybe is a bit strange in a short MX5 race, but we'll see. I don't want to... Let's just see what happens when we actually launch into the game here. Yeah, we're going to go broke. Dan, I would love that. Make Super Touring the new GT3. I mean, to be fair, you know, GT3 is super popular. It's modern race cars. Every sim under the sun has it. There's nothing wrong with GT3 racing. There's just a lot of it. So you don't really want Super Touring to become the new GT3, because then you'll get bored of Super Touring. Like, I love with RaceRoom specifically that they do things differently to everyone else. So they are the only game to have certain tracks and certain eras of car, like your mid-90s DTM cars in official capacity, Super Tourers, all of these things. I like the fact that not every sim has them. So it's great if Super Tourers become a GT3 of sim racing within RaceRoom, and I would love to see Super Tourers on lots of other sims, don't get me wrong. But if you have too much of a good thing, I should say, it becomes less exciting. So, hey, that's what I love about jumping on RaceRoom. Jay's here as well. Hey, Jay. How are you getting on? I am very good, thank you. It's been a very, very busy week. Super busy. From a racing game and sim racing perspective. You would have seen there's been a few videos on our channel, but we've also have a few other videos that are being prepared. I've recorded this week. I've been preparing to record this week. It's been absolutely hectic. More announcements for things. You've obviously got the announcement last night of Gran Turismo 7 and Spec 3, which comes in December, which is huge. You've got the actual Gran Turismo 7 update that's there now. You've also got the Project Motor Racing multiplayer racing system announcements as well. So they've all come in the last few days. So it's been absolutely chaotic. Plus, you've got this RaceRoom stuff, as we can now join the server. You've got the RaceRoom stuff. Oh, we get to pick a livery here. So yeah, you pick your car first, then you get to pick a livery after the fact when you actually join. So we're going to go... Why is this so hard? There's no pink cars, so I'm going to go Connor Zilic, number 72. There we go. Yes, this is it. Forza Horizon 6. I hadn't got to that yet. Keep an eye on our channel, because we have a video coming this afternoon, hopefully, on Forza Horizon 6. The announcement's been made. We know where it's going to be. We know when it's coming, at least to the nearest year. It's huge. So we had a big chat about it, and we'll take you through all the information. So keep an eye on your sub box. Subscribe if you're not already, and you'll get it in your sub box. But we will we'll be covering all things Forza Horizon 6 in a video that'll probably honestly go live while I'm streaming. We don't know. It's with Oz at the moment. He's editing it, putting it all together. But we did sit down and film that this morning. Right. This is it. Now, of course, don't get me wrong. It's like I may sound like I'm talking as if this is the first ever ranked race on RaceRoom. Of course, it's not. The ranking system's been there for years now, and it's been solid. It's just this is a new relaunch of it and a new way of doing it, which I think brings it in line with a lot of modern sims that do it very well. We've got a question whether mandatory pits is for real. Right. Let's just get out and do a lap. So we're warmed up. It's MX-5s, which I know very well for a number of reasons. Around Watkins Glen, which is a circuit I love as well. 3 minutes of practice just to get up to speed here. Instantly you can see the new glare from the sun there, the PBR working well. So updated graphics is one of the things that's new with this update. I am noticing a bit of a glitch though with the rev lights. So on my dashboard in front of me, the rev lights seem to be permanently on, so I can't actually see. Thankfully I've got a kind of a bar below that, a digital bar, so I can see where the rev line is, but it's just the lights on top of the dash that are locked on, so a little bit of a glitch. Yeah, I think someone asked, is RaceRoom free? The answer, yes. It's yes and no. It's free to get, free to enter, free to play, but a lot of the content is paid, so you don't get access to the whole game for free. You just get access to some elements, or you get access to the whole game, you just don't get access to all the content. Love racing an MX-5. Feels like we're on slicks as well, so we've got tons of grip compared to what I'd be used to. Yeah, freer. I don't actually know if we've got ABS in this car. It's the opposite way around on RaceRoom, isn't it? So it should be ABS 6. If it's even... I don't think... We've got no traction control anyway, so that's fine. Let's see if we actually have ABS, if we can lock up. I mean, there's not really much braking in this car, to be honest, around Watkins Glen. It's all very high speed. Love this track for that reason. Ooh, missed the apex badly. Oh, invalid. Excellent. So track limits are super strict on that last corner. Anyway, we got a little bit of a warm-up. Not the most difficult combo to tame straight out of the box. Yeah, RaceRoom quite often make all of the content free to try, just so you can learn what content you want to buy. And we usually post about that on the Traxion website when that happens. But I don't believe that's underway at the moment. Right, I think we're into qualifying. 8 minutes of quali. I'm just checking something real quick. I've had a few slight performance drops on that run there. I don't know if it's to do with the streaming, but I found that a few times recently where when I've been streaming, I get a few kind of frame issues that I maybe don't suffer from when I'm not streaming. So it might just be some PC related things. I do need to turn down the graphics a bit though, because I've been running at very high graphics to grab some screenshots last time I played this game. So I'll probably need to go in and adjust some things. But we'll get some laps in qualifying first. I think we had almost 30 people signed up for this race, so we'll have to see if everyone's in the same server or not. I'll check in the pit box when I go back there how many people are actually in this race. Straight away, it feels like we're into a slipstream battle. I can already tell this is going to be so much fun. Obviously, whatever the new multiplayer system is that allows splits and things, that means that there's going to be some back-end changes to the server. So I think we're going to see, there's a chance of, let's say, teething problems, because it'll be the first day where everyone's actually jumping on the servers together. But generally speaking, netcode and things on RaceRoom has always been pretty good. Not the absolute best I've experienced, but reasonable. And I find that sometimes cars move around a little bit, but it tends to not often ruin a race, let's put it that way. This is qualifying, but we're just treating it as a practice session for the race. Yeah, that's it. So I'm in the UK, so it depends on where everyone is around the world. You are just flat out for 90% of the lap. Don't want to go steaming in and ruin everyone's quali laps either, so we're just going to play it nice and easily until we work out exactly where the braking points are. Bit of contact up in front. We don't have a virtual mirror, unfortunately, on the cockpit view, and it's slightly too far to the right for my field of view to be able to see the mirror, so that's a bit annoying. Don't rejoin there. Oh, I made contact. Thought I was going to be okay there. Oh, and that's it. Invalid laps. After all of that. Right, let's pull over real quick. Back to the pits. How many people we got? Yeah, we got lots. Like, this looks like this definitely has at least 20 people in the server, so yeah. Busy server. We'll get back out on track straight away though. So I basically invalidated all of those laps because I touched the wall in the last corner after that contact with the car that was on the apex. Maybe we'll actually be able to get a clean lap in though. Pushing all the wrong buttons. Right, I think I might have some clean roads, so I might be able to get a clean qualifying lap in the last 4 minutes. Yeah, player numbers, I've always found with RaceRoom, whenever I've tried the ranked racing, there's always enough people around to get a decent race, but I've rarely found there to be like much space in the tank, if that makes sense. So this is for a European player playing in like through the day and into the afternoon. I've always found that there's enough people to have a race. Whether there's enough people to have like a really good race, and obviously the more people, the more chance you have of multiple splits and being up against people of a similar skill level, the better. I don't know what it's like in America, but it sounds maybe like there are less active users. Just need to remember these track limits through the last corner. Be a little bit careful. Right, we should get 2 laps in, maybe 1. Horrible through turn 1, but it's legal. There is a virtual mirror. I don't know if I can turn it on. I thought I could, but I don't want to. If I can just press through my buttons, change all my. I can never quite remember which button it is. Don't want a ghost car. Don't want a race line. There's another button for mirror somewhere, I think, but I don't know if it works in the cockpit because I've already got a mirror. I just can't see it because of my FOV, you know? Okay, don't need 3rd through there. That was a mistake. So 4th through the chicane. And I think I stick in 4th through here and just lift a little. But we'll get their banker in. Very terrified of track limits through the last corner. Right, if we get 1 more in, we might do. I'm going to try anyway. Oh no, there you go. Track limit. Incident point. It's very hard to know. It's a little bit more harsh, I think, than plenty of other sims and racing games. So I need to try and learn where that is, because I thought I'd be okay there through turn 1, but no, it's invalidated it. So we're going to be starting best of 6th place. But that's fine. We're right in the mix to have a fun race. It looks like there are 22, 23 drivers or something on the server, maybe more, just from my quick look at the list earlier. Ooh, don't touch the grass there. This is the perfect car for like some ranked races though, for some daily action, just to jump in. It doesn't take long to get up to speed, and then it's just a whole load of fun from that point onwards. Yeah, I think 25, yeah, that sounds about right. I want to try 5th through here, not 4th, because I think you can carry a lot of speed. Yeah, I didn't think we get to finish the track, the lap we're on. Okay, so my last lap there, if it was clean, would have put us right in the mix, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So that's kind of where we're looking. And yeah, we should have a bit of a race. A bit of fun coming up for our first ranked race on this new UI, this split-based setup that they've got. Right. Straight in. 15 minutes, 50 seconds left. Let's see if I can quickly find a button for... I kind of want to turn the graphics down a bit, because I think I've got everything up very high. So we'll turn that down after this race. Remind me. I need to be careful I don't miss the start as well. Right, let's see. Virtual mirror should be... Toggle mirror. There you go. It's down as 9, so we better get on track. We'll try 9 and see if that works. Yeah, it doesn't work in this camera angle. It works when you're on the kind of nose cam or chase cam, you get a virtual mirror. When you're in cockpit, you can't turn on the virtual mirror, which I don't think is great, considering with my FOV, the real mirror, I can't see the whole of it. I can only see half of it. So, yeah, that's a bit annoying. That is a bit annoying. I can look behind me, though, so I've just got to do that a lot. Right, guys, how are we going to get on? First race, starting from, like, P8 or something, P9, but I think pace is good. We've still got the glitch with the lights on the dashboard. Oh, it works for you. Interesting. Ah, okay. We'll have a look at it after. "15 minutes is not long. This is going to fly by. Rolling start. We've got no control until it gives us it, which I have no problem with at all, because that keeps everything clean. There you go. Sometimes I wish LMU was a bit more like that. Ooh. There was a lot of shaking from the car in front of me there. See, I can't see if they're... I think we're clear. Because we've got no radar as well, we're kind of relying on the mirrors a little bit. The car in front of me just got way up on the curb, and then I made contact with it, but I don't know there was much I could do about it, really. We're going to leave this one room for now. We'll just make sure we can catch up with the other cars in front. Oh, I've got another track limits warning. I'm already racking up the incident points just by being so close to the edge. They're so strict. But I'll get used to it. There's going to be another one here. I don't mind. Don't think they're going to send it in here. Oh, they are. There's another one. Okay, don't use curbs. Must remember, I'm trying to leave room for everyone, trying to have nice side-by-side running, but I'm punishing myself with safety ranking, so let's just try and avoid the curbs now that we can actually attack the braking zone. Left wheels only. There we go. Finally. Got a better exit. Now we can hopefully eyes forward and try and get back towards that group in front. Car behind's going to have a bit of a slipstream, which we don't have, but I can at least attack the chicane with a normal line. There we go. Straight back up with the cars in front. Right, not quite going to have the momentum to get them on the exit here, but we'll try and set one up for the run up the hill after turn 1. Don't think I'm going to send one here. Yeah, got the exit. So it should hopefully give us the chance. Or we can push them along. Just don't have the straight line speed. Was maybe a bit too close. There we go. Little mistake. Just force them to push, touch the grass. Bit of understeer, and then we're through. Okay, up into P6. So head down now. We've got 11 minutes to go, 2 seconds to close into P4. I think the shaking is netcode smoothing, to be honest. I've noticed that before. There's also, I'm having some FPS drops, but honestly I'm running very, very high graphics, which I forgot to turn down before this, so I'm going to do that after this race. I'll look into the virtual mirror thing as well. It's just strange because I do have a button assigned for it. So I don't know why it's not working when I'm in cockpit cam. Let these two battle in front, that should give us the chance to close in. I think if I'd have qualified well, got away in that front group, there would have been a chance to kind of fight for that P3 podium position. But still 10 minutes to go, so it's these two in front that are absolutely gettable if I can just catch them up and I have good pace. Then it's the ones in front that are too far. So P3 is what we're aiming for here. Sorry, P5. Not P5, P4. There it is. They're going to crash into each other. Oh, wow. That was close. Whilst I was getting my maths all wrong. That was so close. Okay, still got one ahead of us in this fight. Bit of a gap now. I am certainly rusty. Yeah, I need to get into the flow of it. Need to get a decent qualifying lap in, but I also just wanted to let it play out at the start, and I don't want to be causing any big incidents, so we'll just settle our way into this. Someone's got a drive-through penalty. Hopefully not me. Right, this is the perfect gap to be behind because we've got the slipstream. And we've got enough of a run to actually get the momentum from it. So this should be good. Let's hope we don't end up in another two-way crash like this driver did in the last lap. Oh, I keep running over the curbs too much. Thought I'd be okay with that one. .6 seconds to car behind. Yeah, this UI is still basically the same. So everything here looks the same as it did before. We haven't really seen the car in front's pace in clean air yet, so that's something. I don't actually know what the pace difference is, if we're actually much quicker than them or not. Just see how quickly we catch up whenever we get things wrong or we have a bit of a gap. Diego, no. This is when you drive RaceRoom. It doesn't feel SimCady like Forza. It's more simmy. It's not quite as extreme in the intricacies, I would say, in the feeling as like an iRacing or one of the Assetto games maybe. But I think physics-wise, it definitely doesn't feel SimCady. It feels like a fairly easy to pick up and play sim racer. More touching on the grass there. I think we're pretty similarly paced. There's probably more in the tank if I drive a bit better, but this is going to be my battle for the rest of the race, I think. So no, my personal opinion is this feels more realistic than Forza Motorsport. It's a different kind of experience. Momentum in these MX-5s. The thing is, once I get past, I think our pace is pretty similar, so the slipstream goes the other way, and that's when it's going to get interesting. Kind of want to go to the other side next time. Is this going to keep happening if I keep going to the outside? Kind of lure them into thinking that's what I'm going to do. It's too wide for me. Get away with it though. This is the first daily race, so I guess, yeah, it sort of is a rookie race in that when you jump in, this is like the short daily races. So this is the first, this and the Super Tours, which we're going to do next. These are the first two races that you're going to see, and they're going to be repeated basically every half hour. So you've got MX-5s at half past the hour, you've got Super Tourers on the hour, and it just keeps on going like that until the combos change, basically. Too much curb, lost the momentum, that's fine. Again, gives us a chance to kind of get a slipstream and a slingshot, hopefully go the other direction this time. If we can get close enough. But again, we're going to have a pretty good run here, I think, with the slipstream. Maybe not quite close enough. Keeping it close though. 2 seconds to the cars behind. Yeah, the netcode is definitely like location dependent and can be a little bit hit or miss. Like sometimes you get some funky movements and a bit of shaking, but it tends to be raceable. I found like when it does go, it doesn't destroy the race. It just makes the car look a bit funny. But you still kind of know where they are. iRacing's a little bit more like volatile. Like when it does go badly, it goes quite badly, and the contact patches are all over the place. It's less obvious. Alright, another good run. Force some space on the inside this time. There we go. That was it. Tiny bit of rubbing on the straight. Not giving an inch. Tried to leave just enough room for him to stay there, because I did see he was trying to stay on the outside. Didn't want to completely slam the door and cause a crash, so I left enough room, and thankfully we made it through safely. Got to defend the inside now though. Lost a bit of speed. So hard to judge when you're working out for the first time in the race. There we go, 2 minutes to go. I need to nail turn 1 now. Hey Rev, how's it going? All a bit of momentum on the exits here, but he's going to have slipstream for the first time. I need to stay to the right is what I've learned. Oh, he's going to... Yeah, no, we're fine. Thought he was going to make it there, but not quite. Just got to leave no space. I think that's a bit of a... Yes, a bit of a gap. We've got half a second. Come on. Ooh, frame rate drop at the wrong moment. Still got a gap. I should stop looking in my mirror and start just looking at the gap at the top. I think it's 1 or 2 laps to hang on here. Woofed. Don't know if he went for a move there down the inside, but it got very close. Gotta let him go left here. He wants to make the move. It's working so far. Bit of door-to-door contact. I don't really think I did anything wrong there, but he's taking the place. Weird netcode over the curb, so there's definitely a little bit of latency between us. Like, you can see it's not perfect. He's going to let me go back through it. Fair play, he committed to it. There's no online subscription required, Diego. Everyone else has come back into this battle now. Thankfully, we're coming up to the finish. But we've got all these other cars that have joined us. And they're all running off. I used all my track limits early because I didn't know where the limits were. Anyway, we got P4 in the end. That was good fun. Like, that was a good tussle between the two of us. Very similarly paced. P4. Hey Matt, how's it going? Yeah, good fun, good fun. 4th place in our first race. I think, yeah, we need to try and be faster. So if we do this race again and the next time it rolls around, then yeah, we've got a good chance. Yes, I will do the, thank you. I will do the rear mirror setting check. I don't really do the time trials often these days in RaceRoom. I used to do a few of them, but no. I play too many different racing games to spend lots of time on individual game modes these days, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I used to do quite a lot of time trials and stuff. We used to do them to try and qualify for competitions as well. There you go. We were 1 off the podium, but P4 out of 23 in that first race. So not bad. Fastest lap as well. Look, we did a 23.1, so we were in the right pack. The guys in front, I think if I'd have been with Mogus, I would have learned from them, you know, where the limits were. But for this one, we're off, and that's fine. So, let's see then. I don't think our results are in yet. Oh no, results are here. So you can view, it's got some older results, and then you can view the results page here. So we'll click on the thing and see what specific details it gives us. Mintruso, legendary. Yeah, don't worry. I promise, I absolutely promise that I will try to remember. Okay, results there. So you can click on the result, you can view your starting position, finishing position, your differential, instant points. So we got 2 instant points, even though we were getting off tracks and stuff. And then you've got your ratings and stuff. So we've gained 52 rating. Look, we've gained more than everyone else around us. Unfortunately, lost 1 reputation. So yeah, I need to keep it within the track limits. But hey, I wasn't being dangerous. I was just using more of the curve than I thought I could. Okay, from here we can actually go into options. So you should see in signups, we have the next race already registered, and the server actually opened a few minutes ago. So we need to get in there soon. But let's just quickly sort what we were going to sort. So graphics, let's turn them down. Let's just do a few things that we don't necessarily need. Now the game's obviously not going to look as good, but that's fine. I'm not doing anything specific here, by the way, guys. I'm just kind of clicking things, taking them down to try and give us some frames, and just look after the performance a little bit. Okay. And then the virtual mirror is interesting. So virtual mirror in cockpit, there you go. Toggle the virtual mirror on off while in cockpit. That's now on. Happy days. We should be good now. We should be good. Super Tourers next. Silverstone International in the Laguna, which everyone's probably going to be in if they've bought the car, of course. We're going to do it as Tommy Rustad. The 1998 British Touring car, DC Cook livery. And I think pretty much the practice session was only like, was it 7 minutes? So we're just going to go in. I need to work out how to drive in terms of where to brake and everything like that. So again, it's going to be similar. I'm going to be taking my time, just qualify somewhere in the middle of the grid probably. And then we'll start picking our way through in the race and learning how to drive. That's basically it. Throw yourself in and work it out when you get there. And then we'll have a little bit of a breather after this to be able to go back to the home page and show you guys that if you missed it earlier on. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Are you guys going to be playing some RaceRoom now that we've got this update to the ranking system? I'm sure many of you watching are already RaceRoom players, but it'd be good to hear. I appreciate the invite, Rev. Unfortunately, I'm busy tonight, but That's very kind of you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to driving, properly racing around Silverstone. It'll be good. All right, we've got some quick drivers in here. I'm already seeing Georg Ortner. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We've got like almost 20 people in here, which is cool. I'm also seeing, I think that's Mikael from Overtake as well in this race in the Laguna. So Battle of the Lagunas. It's fixed setup, or it should be fixed setup anyway. Don't know if that's actually true. Oh, awesome. Super Tour, you're streaming Super Tours tonight. Nice one. Enjoy. Can we expect Rustad-esque rallycross driving? Yes, but unintentional. It's meant to be fixed setup. I think this is a glitch. I think if you can change setup, I don't think you're meant to be able to. Unless it's just fuel. No, you can change everything. So I think that's... I might be wrong, but I thought it was meant to be fixed setup. Maybe that was just for the Mazdas. Either way, we'll leave it on default anyway. Let's just get out and get some laps in. And there you go. We've got the virtual mirror. And you're going to see the Laguna. If obviously you haven't seen our video from last night, then your first chance to look and see and hear the Renault Laguna. I'll try and be, I'll try and channel my inner Jason Plato. Lots of Lagunas already. Good to see. Yeah, so now the 9 button actually works, and it allows you to trigger the virtual mirrors. Obviously, for those of you who are fans of the British touring cars, aside from all the RaceRoom stuff, Jason Plato also announced in the last few days that he's coming back to the British touring cars with a team, as a team owner, which is really cool. Almost crashed into the back of whoever that is. It's not an MX-5, I need to remember that. Kind of want to get through though, get some clean air. Okay, second gear is not going to be appropriate through there. Ah, we didn't make it through. I was trying to go all the way around the outside. See if we can make our move into cops. Keep it on the road. Yeah, there we go. Oh, they're coming back. No! We're just having a good battle now. I know this is qualifying, but we're fully locked in a battle. Might have to just give in. Let's just let them go. Get some space. I don't know if the lobbies are full. I think they're not. They can't be full because this is the thing with the new multiplayer service. There should be splits. So if the lobbies are full, they just create new splits. So that is the beauty of it. There shouldn't be full lobbies anymore, which is great. I also noticed someone, Coda Go Hard asked, "Am I excited for Project Motor Racing?" I am excited. I'm trying to remain calm about it because of I want to like see how it feels in the end. You know, how the driving physics actually feel when it releases. But I am excited about the prospect. I'm excited about, you know, everything we know about it. Just gonna give myself some space here. Excited for the multiplayer system, the career mode. I'm excited for obviously the cars and tracks and the eras. Magical. So that's absolutely piqued my interest. So yes, I am very excited, but I want to remain cautiously optimistic. Annoyingly, I don't have the kind of driver names above the cars, which I thought I did have, and I'm pressing the wrong button to try and bring them back up, so I need to try and remember which button to press to get the names up so I know who I'm battling against. But obviously in the race it's different because you get the leaderboard at the top. Bit of an inside lockup. We should get at least 2 more laps in. This one and one more. Very easy to lock these cars up. And of course, for anyone who's not familiar with this layout, this is the 90s version of Silverstone. So this is Silverstone International as it used to be, as I knew it growing up, watching the touring cars and playing Toka touring cars. Oh, before the new, obviously well before the new wing building was built and everything, and the new section at Abbey was created. Don't think the last few sectors have been very good for me here, but at least we'll be able to get a banker in. K Scott, I wonder if that's K Scott who's always watching these streams. Up to 3rd. We're going to catch this group again though, unfortunately. Oh, I've done Tommy Rustad. It's fine. Oh! I thought we were absolutely fine. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's going to ruin that lap, and unfortunately, that's going to be it. We're not going to get another one in, so 3rd is our best that we're going to manage here. But we can at least practice a little bit. Just try and work out my gears for these corners and where to brake and everything, because this is a new combo to race, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to really like bring me back to those original Toka Touring Car 2 days. It's such a good layout. Yeah, if anyone's not familiar with it, yeah, this is the layout that was used in like the late 90s British touring cars and things like that, and I think into the early 2000s as well. But this is the original international course, and I remember when they first introduced the kind of new international course, and it was like, whoa, what is this? I'm trying to make some space just so I can at least I can try and, you know, see what lap time I could have been setting, because we're not going to have time to do another one anyway. Maybe if I hadn't gone off, there would have been a very small chance, but even then, I don't think so. So obviously, Cops is the same. It's just no big tarmac runoff area. This is very tricky because you brake. It's such an awesome corner because you're braking while the car's loaded into a right-hander, and it's really, really satisfying when you get it right. Way more satisfying than the new national course corner there. It's just the angles and everything. I love it. I absolutely love taking maggots and then using that as a braking zone for the second part. We're actually purple in sector 1. Can definitely gain some time through here with better technique. Oh yeah, we're in the same lobby as Overtake. Yeah, Mikhail's in this race. I don't know where he is at the moment. I'm guessing he's streaming. Oh yeah, so this would have been an improvement. Oh, that's rubbish though. Need to get better at that corner. So yeah, P2 is definitely within grasp, but we're not going to get the lap done anyway. And I need to work out what to do in the last sector. I need to follow Georg or something. There we are. Anyway, we qualified 4th. It's pretty close though. You've got 124.8 to 128.0 and 17th. And I don't know if that is Ken Scott in 18th or someone else, but hey. Right, this is the awesome, this is just the best versus Silverstone. Look how quick these races are. You're literally straight through qualifying, you see the result, boom, you're into the race. I was going to check something, but I can't remember what it was. Driver names, there it is. Boom. Easy. It was right there. We're going to just leave it's 15 minutes, we're going to leave the setup as default, completely default, and we'll just see if we can get second place in this race. I'm not expecting to win it. Yeah, I think it would be good to be able to finish the lap that you're on, but I also think doing it this way progresses things a bit quicker. You know, instead of they could do it by letting you finish the lap you're on and making the timer shorter, but that creates more inconsistencies. At least doing it this way, you know exactly when each race is going to start and end. Like, I think that gives it quite a nice kind of formality. It's annoying, but I mean, if the session was shorter, you'd get less laps anyway, so it's a psychological thing. Right, good luck everyone, have fun. If you guys are watching this and racing, good luck. Hopefully see you on track. But yeah, if not, hopefully we have a good Super Touring race here. We're actually down in 5th now, so we got pipped by a few folk towards the end, but pace-wise are 4th actually, so just one. But I think pace-wise, we're right in that battle for P2. I think Ortner's going to disappear. Cheers, see you next time. Thank you so much for joining, as always. And the reminders. But yeah, I hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, I totally agree, Blown Piston. I'm so familiar with doing it that way that it feels weird when that's not the case, for sure. Let's take some avoidance already, but we should get our line into this one. So we should be P3. You can hear the lockups. 2 Audis out in front. A Laguna behind. It's just the sounds are awesome. I absolutely love this. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I can brake later for the hairpin. That's definitely where I can gain some time. Chase down these Audis. You can turn off the menu music. Yeah, so I've turned it off just to avoid any kind of copyright strikes. Just in case. Come on, let's get stuck in. Oh, I love Super Tourers so much. So much. Come on, Spiegel, send one. It's sometimes easy to just get caught up in a good race and just forget that you're racing real people, and, you know, not to, if you might accidentally knock them the wrong way, and you've got to be pretty cautious, but at the same time be aggressive to actually get stuck in. And I'm trying to be clean and have fun with everyone, but also take it seriously enough to try and win the race, you know? That could have been much worse for me there. It could have been a lot better, but then once I actually followed Spiegel onto the grass slightly, it could have been a lot worse. We're going to have to be slightly defensive here. Everyone's run deep. I think car behind me actually went straight on. Locked up too much, went off. So I can learn from these guys through this last sector. Yellow flag's out. Okay, that was better. I'm desperate to hang on. 9/10 clear of P4. This is, I mean, I was really enjoying the MX-5s at Watkins Glen, don't get me wrong, but this is already just putting, you know, I can't keep the smile off my face driving this thing. Like, doing this in a ranked, organised setting with ratings and everything, and with full grids moving, you know, across different circuits each week. Lots and lots and lots of fun to be had. Let's try and keep the car stable. Just such a satisfying sequence in a front-wheel drive touring car that actually handles and doesn't understeer like a pig. A well set up front-wheel drive touring car, you know? Ooh! The Audis have Audi'd! That is one way to take the lead. Do you remember? It was actually this track that the 2 Audis crashed into each other, no? Oh, no, it wasn't actually 2 Audis, was it? 1 Audi. I think it was Bintcliffe crashed into someone else, anyway. Don't know if it was 2 Audis. Oh. You got to use the throttle to stop the understeer. And the Audi just doesn't have... Audi's slightly unique in its handling. And its characteristics slightly different. We'll kind of squeeze... Ortner out to the outside, but he's still going to have an overlap. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, he's backed off. Right, let's chase Spiegel. Ortner's very fast, like, we know this, so he's going to come through at some point. But we'll do our best to win the long game here. It just makes you feel like a touring car driver, but like a 90s touring car driver. I will do my best. Seven tenths. I'm going to try and ignore Ortner. Try and focus on the car in front. Just the rotation, getting the rotation is so difficult at certain moments. Oh no. No, 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 no. Goodbye. I made a mistake. I was pushing too hard, tried to go in the power a bit too early. Line slightly wrong. It's fine. We'll force Spiegel into a mistake using... Oh! Oh! I don't know what happened. I almost crashed. Don't know if Ortner just slowed up at the apex there. Really don't know why, but we got away with it. I'm really annoyed because I definitely could have chased down Spiegel there and just focused on the lap times, and I was feeling pretty good. Bit too deep. At least I can go for fastest lap. I mean, it's not over. If Ortner can catch up with Spiegel, I think he is faster. They can battle. We can get right back in it. So I'm not going to give up at all. I just need to focus on my lines. Try and set good lap times. That's not going to help. I'm not using a clutch pedal, no. I've only got 2 pedals on at the moment. Alright, 1.6 off the lead. That's the back. You can see the gaps at the top. That's kind of what I'm keeping an eye on here. That doesn't help. Unless they battle, that doesn't help. Because I think Ortner's got the pace. In fact, I know he's got the pace. Look at his qualifying run. I think the Audis have better traction out of the last corner. But anyway, we're only 8 tenths off the lead now, so that's not a bad thing. Let's see what the lap time is. There you go, fastest lap, just by a tenth, I think, though. Bit of contact between the lead two. Oh, it's definitely not over. It's definitely not over. Mikael's up to 7th as well. We're there or thereabouts. I'm glad Mikael's made it up onto the leaderboard so I can follow his progress. He's, oh no, he's dropped off it again, just as I say that. Oh, I had to hit the brakes there because I was committed to the corner and the Audi was basically going to be exactly where I was committed to, so I had to just quickly clip the brakes to not hit the back of Spiegel and cause an issue. The cars are strong in different places, which is interesting. Five minutes to go. I think I'm good through cops. I think I'm good through this next section as well. But I've got nowhere to go with the run, really. Oh, unless Spiegel does that. That was just a mistake from Spiegel. He's almost made that mistake a few times. And thankfully held it, so he's only 4/10 back, so it's still a three-way scrap. Good exit. We've got the power over the Audi, I think. Shut the door, park the bus. Oh, he's trying to sneak it down the inside. Proper touring car move, that. That's where I'm not as strong, though. I cannot hang on like the Audi can. He's absolutely done me in a perfect way. I could not keep it to the inside tight enough without worrying about him going on the outside. There's three of us now. Oh, Spiegel's in the mix. Ah, he's done, mate. Fair play. I can't see everywhere. The problem is I just don't have very much visibility left and right. Would love a radar right about now. In real life, you can turn your head a bit and look at your mirrors more often. Yeah, if we get it down to third gear there, it's not obviously fast overall, but it does get the front end in and manages to hold our position. We don't understeer as much, so I know it sounds a bit on-off and jerky with the throttle and everything and the gear changes, but I'm just trying to use the car to my advantage. While I'm not fully up to speed with the braking points and the acceleration points of the combo, I'm just needing to use what I can with the car to my advantage. Yeah, straight line, we're good. It's that last corner, they can just get out that so much better than me. I might have to actually become a 90s touring car driver here towards the end. I'm sure they're all thinking the same. Oh, Michel's left, no! No, Michael. Might have to do a little bit of Cleland nudging, as I like to call it. It's a four-way scrap now. JPM, Juan Pablo Montoya is in the battle as well. And here, this is just, I cannot do Audi things. Just gonna have to park it on the inside. Right, last lap. Last lap is do or die. Hopefully the lag is just a kind of local internet issue and not a kind of wider problem. Do you normally have lag on games? Outside's not the way to go here. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh, I tried to cut back. Right, this is it. Normal braking zone is probably going to help. I don't have to do a massive lunge. Just try and get a good exit. If I didn't lock up, it would help. But it locked up slightly. But no. He's got the traction. I shouldn't have gone outside after cops. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to get alongside, just take the opportunity and take the run, and outside is where I naturally found myself. As soon as we get to this part, it's difficult. Just gonna have to apex park, I'm afraid. And just stop any of those runs. There it is. Park the bus. Ah, great race. P2. Ortner was always going to win it, I think. But if we can just hang on here, I think we're going to get P2. I'm absolutely fine with that. Wow. Great race. Yeah, guys, you need to jump in and try this. Whoa. Looking forward to the next one of them. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can actually write anything in the chat right now. I can return to garage. Getting nice messages in the chat down the bottom here after that great scrap. You can see them there. Lots of happy drivers. Lots of happy drivers. Right, we're into the next one. So we're literally going straight back into this. We're probably going to do one more of each. So we're going to do one more Mazda race at Watkins, and then we're going to do another race in the Super Tours around Silverstone. I'll maybe change up the car. But you can see the best laps. Look how close everyone was. 25-1, 25-1, 25-2, 25-4, 25-3. So the top 5, all of us had the same kind of pace, really. So just epic stuff. Porcel Montez was watching that from 4th with a popcorn out. I think he thoroughly enjoyed it. So we've got a timer there. You're going to get kicked out of the server, I think, once those times run out. I'm going to let it happen just to see the process. So you've got a little beeping in your ear. Timer runs out to 0, and then boom, there's the results. There we are. Happy as Larry on the podium. Back when I had some hair. 2 Audis and a Renault. Good times. Is this giving you the itch? Yes, Andre, the new multiplayer system has launched. This is the new multiplayer system. It's what we've been racing in so far. I am going to show you how to sign up for a race because I'm signing up for the next Super Tour race. But yeah, the next one is in 21 minutes. Silverstone, there you go. Select a car. So we'll sign up now before we jump into the Mazda race. What are we going to go for? Should we go for the... Oh, should we go for the Volvo? I need to pick quite quick. I'm going to go with the Volvo for the sound. Because it's just epic. Let's register that. Yeah, nice one, Jay. Yeah. At the moment, these are the only 2 daily races. So you've got Super Tourers and then MX-5, Super Tour, MX-5. It's just day 1 launch, but that's not true. Sorry, these are the only sprint races in dailies. You've also got feature races, which are Hypercars and GT3 on the hour. And you can see there's 5 people registered at the moment for the next one, which is in half an hour. But at 4 o'clock, there's a 40-minute race at Watkins Glen with 2 classes, mandatory pit stops, all of that stuff. So there are more races on. And then, of course, there are also weekly races. So tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, there will be Nürburgring NLS-style races in the afternoon and the evenings, which you can register for already. And then, of course, special events too. And you can look ahead. So I don't know if this is already here. Week 40. Don't think we've got anything at the moment. Don't know if we can do that for daily races. But as I say, it's all just very first iterations of things. So right now, these are the only races on the schedule through today and into tomorrow. But let's see. Okay. We need to... Oh, no. We managed to... Ah, we didn't make it. That's a shame. So there was actually an MX-5 race around Watkins going on right now. But I thought we'd be able to make that because we've only just missed by 5 minutes the session starting. There's 48 sign-ups for that, right? Okay, so there's 2 splits right now going on of MX-5 racing. Even though I signed up, unfortunately, I'm not able to join because the server started at past and it's disappeared. So that is something I would like them to take a look at. I know that some folk from RaceRoom are probably watching the stream. Well done, first of all. I would love to see that if you sign up for a race in advance and you miss the start of practice, you should be able to join for qualifying in a perfect world. Because the practice session's 7 minutes. The session started at 3:30. So qualifying should start at 37 minutes past 3, which is in 2 minutes' time. So I'd still make it with no practice and have a great race. Hey, Spiegel's here. Awesome. Yeah, that was amazing. Glad you enjoyed the race. Don't apologize for the mistakes because you didn't lose time. It actually just made it more exciting. So yeah, it was great fun. I'm glad you enjoy the videos on the channel. It was awesome to race you. Are you going to stick around for the next one? We're going to do the next Super Tourer race at 4 o'clock as well. 23 minutes till it starts. In the meantime, I'll probably jump on other elements of the game. We can look at results. Here we go. So let's see. There's your ratings. So we've got consistency ratings. We've got, again, I gained biggest on the racing because I've not done that many ranked races, so my rating's going to keep going up, hopefully. I actually gained my reputation back after losing most of it in the Watkins Glen race. So Super Touring. So I've seen a comment here. Is it G-Way 8700 or 87,000? Anyway, Super Touring does still exist. This is the best part. It is only in, like, you know, for example, in the UK, we have a kind of historic Super Touring class that actually races, and there are quite a few cars that you'll find in RaceRoom as well, liveries and cars you'll find in RaceRoom, that do actually still compete, and Super Touring cars that do properly race. Of course, the driving style, you know, there's not as many fast drivers as there would be in the touring cars because, you know, there are so many, and it's people that own the cars, but there are some really good drivers in there. They race hard at the front of the grid at least, and yeah, it's good. It's very, very cool. Hey, Charlie. Ken, are you in this? Was that you that was just in that race? Because I noticed it is you. I'm pretty sure it's you. Awesome to see you on track, because I see you everywhere in our Discord and on comment sections of streams, and it was awesome to share the track with you. Ah, so, okay, historic Super Touring big in New Zealand as well. That's good. Amazing, amazing. While we wait for this session, guys, I need to remember to get back in time, because obviously now that we know that, I need to be here in 21 minutes. Let's just try some other Super Tourers around Silverstone, just to see. You've seen the Laguna, so that is obviously a new car. I'll load up the practice session, actually. We're gonna drive the S40. I want to see what the rear-wheel drive BMW is like. Ah, cool. Glad you saw the video, Matteo. I think it's worth it. Well, that's a really difficult question to answer in a kind of short space of time. Is it worth it? Yes, in terms of it's absolutely worth checking out. If you don't have RaceRoom, it's free to get anyway. So you can download the game for free. You have some starter content, and you might just need to buy 1 or 2 cars or tracks to get going just to see. There are also RaceRoom also offer packs. Stuff like beginner online racing packs where you can buy kind of content that's quite often in the cycle with these daily races. I don't know for sure what the structure is at the moment for daily races in terms of how much of the content being used is free content. Obviously, Super Tourers are paid for example. But it might be worth spending a little bit of money to try it and then see if you really enjoy it. If you race on iRacing already and you're not going to stop racing on iRacing, then you don't necessarily want to spend huge amounts of money on something else if you're already super committed financially to something like iRacing. I'm not sitting here and saying this is better than iRacing. It's just a different thing. It's a little bit more simplified and streamlined. It's easier to jump in a race potentially. There are less people playing this game. It's more focused, but there are some really cool content. So like coming to RaceRoom and buying one Super Tourer and buying some tracks that they race around will not cost you much money because it's free to enter. And then you can honestly just have fun on RaceRoom with solely Super Tourers. Like honestly, if there are enough Super Tourers going around the roster on weekly races, like it's worth the money for the content just for that. because you don't need to buy the game and you don't need to buy all the content. We're going to start an argument. We're going to start a great fight in the chat about whether it's better or not than iRacing. It's very, very different. It's very different. It's like, this feels very much like an underdog. Less people playing, smaller scale, smaller team, all of these things. But I really respect and appreciate like what RaceRoom do, considering the size of the team and everything and what they're up against. They just keep plugging away. It's old tech now, but you know, it's been around for a long time. But they keep on improving the look of it. There's still some things that they could definitely improve further. But they have some really, really cool car and track combinations. I just want to drive the BMW for a lap just to see how it feels. Because rear-wheel drive, obviously, is very, very different. We should have no ABS and no traction control in these cars. I love driving rear-wheel drive Super Tourer because you can actually put the power down and not not cry in pain with understeer. There are other disadvantages, of course. Oh, forgot it was rear-wheel drive for a second. Sounds great. I don't have the answer for the updated HUD when you're out on track, unfortunately, so I don't know if they're going to update that anytime soon. So reminder, this update, if you haven't seen the video already that we released last night, this update was very much focused on a couple of bits of content. The Laguna Super Tour, but also Hypercars, LMDh cars for the first time, the Lamborghini SC63, the BMW M Hybrid V8, and the Porsche 963. So we now have Hypercars in the game, which is great for modern endurance multi-class racing. Obviously the Laguna just adds to the Super Touring roster. The main thing for me though is this ranked multiplayer. So it's the other two things really as part of this major update are the ranked multiplayer UI and the changes to the way that this servers are structured with split racing, etc. And also the new graphics. So you've got physically based rendering, bringing basically better lighting effects to the game, better reflections, more realistic, more I guess substantial, like shadows and things like that. And it does look a lot prettier. Like you'll see when I'm driving at sunset or at dawn, you really do notice the difference. And I'm hoping that that leads on to kind of the opportunity to maybe do some day to night transitions or something in future, which is still not the case on RaceRoom, sadly. I'll show you that now, actually. We'll just finish this lap. I can't remember what the lap times are from the race we just did. That's a 26.2, but I don't know if that was better or worse. Yeah, I'll show you how long we got. We've got a bit of time. I will briefly show you the hypercar. While we wait for this session to come up. So we've obviously already showed you this in the video. The only one that we didn't really show was the Beamer, so let's jump in that for a second. Best thing about RaceRoom is the interesting circuits you can choose from. So you can drive some properly unique stuff. I kind of want to drive this around, let's go Mid-Ohio. Or should we do Nutstorp for a laugh? We'll do Mid-Ohio. Great track. Yeah, I was doing low 25s. All right, I couldn't remember if it was 27s or 25s. 24 is a decent time. That sounds about right. I didn't do a great lap there in the BMW. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I forgot I was going to do Dawn. I'll back out and do that again. Yeah, I didn't set a good lap time there in that Beamer, but I was suddenly like, wait a minute, was I doing 27s before? No, it was 25s. Makes sense. Let me just quit this and show you what I wanted to show you, which is the new look, let's say. So, if we go with sunset, or even, should we go dawn, actually? I drove sunset a few times in the video, so let's go dawn. We'll go clear. I just want to show you the visuals here and the sunlight. No, 2.5 hours to wait. Don't worry, we had someone here earlier who was having to download the game on a laptop. It was going to take 2 days. I'm really sorry, I've forgotten your name at this very second. Who was waiting 2 days. It was Dan, wasn't it? For the laptop to download the game. Here we go. So have a look at the lighting here. We'll see if we get the sun coming out, facing the other direction potentially. So I think we're going to turn right. We're going to get a look here. There you are. So you've got a bit more of a glare than usual. I've actually got onto the grass. Great demonstration, John. Doing Tommy Rustad. So the sun peeking through the trees. It's like, obviously I'm just looking at it at one example. You're not back to back, but when you do it back to back, you see the crazy difference here. Look, much more effective sky. It's more in your face. The shadows are bigger. They're more, just more noticeable, I guess. More extreme. But it just feels a lot more natural, and it's actually prettier as well. The old version, like, and of course sometimes you don't really notice the differences until you have it updated, and you go, wow, the old one was really lacking there. But they did make good improvements to the color palette and the graphics over the years, but you can really notice the difference with the lighting when you basically do the same combo back to back, record them both like we did, and then put them side to side. You can really, really see it. Oh, that curb. Okay, don't go in the curb. We'll go to the bit after I go in the grass, shall we? Just to show you, so you can see the lighting from the outside. But yeah, the differences between when you're in the sun and when you're out of the sun are a lot more pronounced. Just ignore the shonky driving. Oh, yeah. Oh, Macau. Yeah. Well, hey, we've got time. We've got 13 minutes. This is Mid-Ohio, Dan. I'm assuming it's Dan. Mid-Ohio. Well, no, that didn't happen. Oh, it's glitched. It's broken. That didn't happen. Yeah, we've got 10 minutes. Let's have a look at Macau. We'll get back in our Super Tourer. We'll go for the Opal. Let's see what Macau looks like at sunset now. Yeah, it's a great track. It was used for, like, IndyCar, kart used Mid-Ohio. Lots of American endurance championships like ALMS ran Mid-Ohio. I don't think there's an IMSA round at Mid-Ohio these days with the LMDhs and Hypercars. I don't think there's been one in a while. But it's a really, really good circuit. And just lots of elevation changes. Very tricky corners as well, like off camber, where you can very easily lose the rear end. But once you get in the flow around Mid-Ohio in something like an IndyCar, it's awesome. Hey Vitesse, welcome along. Right, let's get a lap of Macau in then. In sunset with the new PBR. I've not done this yet. This is a first for me. In the Vectra. Are we flat? Out the pits? Just. No, I don't want to turn that off. Sorry, I'm trying to turn off settings while I'm driving here. I've accidentally turned on. Right, if I can remember where I'm going. Haven't driven Macau in a long time, and it's the kind of track where you can actually forget the layout if you don't do it often enough. Especially because there's some blind corners. Like that one. I really need to. It's funny. I've done a lot of laps around here in my life, but it's not like the Nürburgring where it's ingrained in me. Like when I haven't done it in a while, I do forget sometimes which corners are coming up because you can't see them. Oh, that was a fast bit. I was right. Oh. And then you got a double apex left into a right, don't you? Yeah. There we go. Bouncing off the walls like a true pro. The sun's not coming through any particular gaps yet, I wouldn't say. We've not had any like crazy moments of like wow, but it generally just does look different. It feels more realistic, the visuals, I would definitely say. There's a bit of sunlight breaking through. Oh, nope. Was never going to happen. Let's see if we get some down the hill here. The sky is more colourful as well, even when you're racing in like the afternoon with the kind of clear preset. You can have the same like cloud settings, for example, and the same time of day, but the sky is just a lot more vibrant and colourful. Yeah, I know, I should have left the racing light on. It's been too long. I would get there after a few laps, I'm sure. Oh, that's amazing. The trucks around here, that just sounds wild. Right, I don't think a Super Tour is flat through this right-hander. What do you think, guys? Is it flat from a road? I don't know. I don't know. I'm tempted to see. Let's try it. Yeah, it's flat. Oh, now you pop up, Tom. Oh no, you did pop up before. I did actually do, I think it was like 50 laps of Macau in one sitting once, as part of a Lego challenge. We were doing a sponsored Lego event where my colleague Rich, and you'll find it on the Traction channel if you care enough, he was building a Lego motorbike whilst I did hundreds and hundreds of laps of... No, same as last time. When I did hundreds of laps on the bike on Ride 5, or Ride 4 I think it was at the time, can't remember. And one of the tracks, I did Nürburgring, I did Suzuka, and I did Macau. So I've fallen off a bike here many times, virtually. Vectra feels alright. Sounds good. But it's not being crunched into barriers. Oh, Oz has got the Oz has got the link. Yeah, that was a good day. That was fun. No, that's fine. You cannot make it around there without the handbrake. Look. I mean, I was fully turned. I used to race in the it was called TC1, but it was basically the official esports series for the World Touring Cars when it first went over before it went to TCR actually. It was called TC1. It was on RaceRoom, and it was organised by the Touring Pro Series, and I took part in that season. It was like one of my final seasons of competitive esports on like RaceRoom before it all went crazy and serious, and a lot of series spawned from that. But either way, one of the races was around Macau, and me and my teammates discovered that like by far and away the best way to go around there was just pulling the handbrake through the hairpin. So we would we would go up to the hairpin. I had a button assigned for it because I didn't have a handbrake at the time. Push the button, flick the rear round, accelerate out, and it was quicker in qualifying. But also, I didn't think did I turn the line on? Was that me? Anyway, I need to get ready to join the server. Anyway, yes, I started using that technique in the race, me and my teammates, but we realized that, well, basically we got banned from doing it because every time we went into the hairpin, if someone was behind us, we were essentially just parking it on the apex to touch the handbrake and turn the car, and we were essentially just creating a roadblock in that moment and then accelerating away. So we were we were driving around with someone behind us, blocking them so we could get the angle right, then doing the handbrake, which essentially was forcing them to avoid a crash, and then just pulling away from them on the exit. So understandably, I think in real life they got banned from doing that as well. But unsurprisingly, yeah, it got phased out. So no more handbrakes through the hairpin. But obviously in some cars you need to use the handbrake in the hairpin. Yeah, or change the steering lock. That too. Hi Andre, welcome. Yeah. I agree. I actually agree with Davidson Prata there. I think everyone should try it if you can. If you're on PC, try it. Free to download, free to try certain content, and there are often times throughout the year where RaceRoom put up all of their content to try for free. So you can essentially test drive it and pick out the cars you like, see how you feel. So I would recommend, if you don't want to do it now, wait until there is a RaceRoom like free to play deal going on, and then, or sorry, all content is free to try is what I should say. Wait until that happens, which we'll report on usually in the Traction channel, and then make sure the game's downloaded, you have it ready, and then give it a go then. Where if you're willing to try it without that and just try the content you get for free, then obviously there's absolutely nothing stopping you, other than not having a PC that can run the game. I do sometimes do rally streams. It's been a while because there's just rally games. That is a whole thing at the moment, Nico. I don't know if it's Nicole or Nico, but yeah, that's the whole thing right now because EA Sports WRC stopped getting supported, and we've still got Richard Burns Rally and everything, which I still play and really enjoy, but we haven't had any kind of rally stuff to stream in a long time. But I used to do quite a lot of rally stuff. We used to take part in some esports rally events as well in Traction. We did stuff with Osley, who sent a link earlier to the Lego video. He might be able to send you another one, but we did some rallies with a real co-driver. So Osley was my co-driver. We did a recce. He wrote all the notes down from, with the co-driver muted. So we did completely our own notes, and then like basically took it on the stage with me driving and Osley being a co-driver sat next to me. So we've done some fun stuff with rallying before. Quimbles, yes. Oh, it was horrendous, wasn't it, at Silverstone, the rain? Like, just as I arrived and we kind of came to start filming everything, that was possibly the heaviest rain I've seen in the UK. It was absolutely crazy. Hopefully you had a good time at Silverstone. Were you there for the whole weekend? Unfortunately, I was only able to do it there on Friday, so I literally drove from Glasgow, tested the LMU stuff, survived the rain, drove home because I had to be home for the weekend, and then we found out our mics weren't working properly, even though we thought we'd sound checked them all well and everything was fine. So it was a stressful weekend, or a stressful day, but we got it done, and I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed your shot on the game anyway. Hey Tom from Japan, amazing. You must be absolutely flat out. I don't know what time it is where you are. Is it maybe evening chill time? But I hope you're having a good time over there in Tokyo. I'd love to go at some point to Japan. Yeah, but what I would say though, Andrea, is from a YouTube perspective, like it can literally change from week to week, and also people are just trying to make content about things that are relevant. So, if sometimes there goes a month where nothing much happens in sim racing, or a game disappoints everyone, and it feels a little bit frustrating, and it feels like people are fed up with it, and then suddenly you could have 2 announcements in the same day. I mean, this week we've had so many huge things happening. Gran Turismo update announced, Forza Horizon 6 announced, RaceRoom's major update, LMU ELMS dropped this week, PMR talked about their multiplayer system. So suddenly there's all this excitement, and then suddenly everyone feels good again. So I wouldn't read too much into that, and remember that when people are normally making YouTube content, they're often trying to like focus on the extremes, right? Like, oh, we're making a video about this because it's a topic we can discuss and ask questions on. And sometimes that tends to be, with the way social media is, it's one or the other. You generally don't find a YouTube video that is titled like, sim racing and racing games are pretty good, but there's some concerns, but also generally we're feeling okay. Like you tend to lean on one or the other. And then within the content, people will be more nuanced, of course, and give you, balance. Sometimes. Oh, I've actually turned the steering wheel off. That's a choice. So I'll turn that back on for this. Let's join the server first. We're gonna go for the proper. We're gonna do it properly. Ricard Rydell. Yeah, I turned the steering wheel off. I'm gonna turn it back on, and see. I didn't even mean that. Cheers, Charlie. Are you on RaceRoom this afternoon, Charlie? You joining in? Oh, cool. So I'm just catching up on your comment, Quimbles. Yeah, amazing. Glad you had a good weekend. Yeah, the rain definitely wouldn't have helped things. But at least you got some sunshine, like it was on and off. It was a shame about the end of the race just getting worse and worse. That was unfortunate. It's graphics and it's cockpit. Here we are. Animated driver. Let's just turn this on. And we'll get out in our beautiful Volvo. Oh, look, it seems like is this sunset now? The steering wheel is actually... So there's something a little bit funky happening here with the steering. Just with the animation of the steering wheel. Let's just see if it loads in properly and stops happening. So, it's going to be very hard for you guys to tell, but there's something a little bit funky with the steering wheel on. Where I am turning a certain amount and then suddenly there's it's almost like it freezes for a second. Maybe more prominent when I'm turning, there's like, it kind of jolts a tiny bit. Hopefully it's just kind of teething issues coming out the pits and loading in. Love the S40 Super Tourer because the sound's just... Especially from the outside. It's the TWR car, of course. Tom Walkinshaw developed. Yeah, you can see that, okay. Because it's hard for me to know, because obviously I can feel it as well. That's new, though. I've not seen that before. It's not actually affecting, I don't think, the driving. Let's just see, though. We'll try and set a lap time here in practice. I'm so ready for another one of these races, though. Very excited. So much fun, the last one. Ah, yeah. That could be true. I do normally run with the steering wheel on, to be fair, as well. Like, it's just, I just had it off for a few things I was testing, but I generally run with the steering wheel on because of the stream. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. Much appreciated. Very kind of you to support the channel. We always appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Hopefully we'll have some more rally stuff coming for you at some point. We just need someone to take the reins and create a rally game, basically. Yeah, I do wonder if it's a thing because we turned it on mid-session. I'm not sure. I don't want to leave now because we've seen that it's not always possible to rejoin after the session actually starts. Maybe it would let us, but I'm not going to take that risk right now. I'll maybe turn off the... I don't really have time now, actually. I was going to say maybe I'll turn off the driver hands and see if that changes anything, but it's the steering wheel that's being funky. Oh, you got another donation. Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. All of these little... all of these contributions are like... Yeah. They help us a lot because we are obviously trying to create as much content as possible for you guys and keep things flowing. And yeah, it's not always easy. It's not always cheap to be able to do that. So yeah, massively appreciate the support, and hopefully we can repay you with our streams and videos and all sorts of other stuff. We have seen the Forza Horizon 6 trailer. Don't worry. Keep an eye on the channel because we actually recorded a video just before I went live, playing RaceRoom, covering that. So keep an eye on the channel. I don't know when it's going up. Oz has been working very hard on it, but I'm guessing by the fact that he's in this chat that maybe it's on its way. We'll keep an eye. Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Let's see if I can drive better. Oh, there you go. Is that just gone live? So yeah, I have oh, we're live at 3. All right, okay, perfect. So it's been up for an hour. I've not been able to check, but yeah, we do have our Forza Horizon 6 video out. So once you've finished with your super touring dose for the day, be sure to check that out, and we basically, myself and Tom did a deep dive into what we can learn from the trailer, but also from the information that we've had at the same time. So it's an exciting time to be a console racer for starters, but also just an excited time for Forza fans, because I think this is going to be a great one. Right, qualifying. Let's see if we can stick it on the front row for this one. I think the competition is going to be more this time, because I think there's been more drivers entering these splits now that we're a little bit later in the afternoon. But I'll check the numbers after. I just wanted to get out in qualifying and get as many laps in as possible. Okay, so that's the thing. I know I can be more aggressive into there. I'm losing time by being a bit safe. So I tried pushing it a bit more and paid the price. So it's fine. It's just a banker lap anyway. Hey John, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Are you ready for some Cleland-esque super touring action? I don't know your age, so I don't know if a Cleland reference is going to work. Oh. You know what, I've been using the paddles. I'm meant to be using the sequential, I totally forgot. We're back in the sequential. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh. Not the best rejoin. The lap was ruined anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, Laguna's awesome, isn't it? Welcome back, Fresh Cut Flower. Hope you're good today. I mean, all the Super Tours are great, but I mean, yeah, the Laguna sounds really good as well, and it's a successful Super Tourer, so just adds to the roster, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, definitely faster with a sequential. Right, let's be a little bit more cautious into here. It's just because it's a trail braking corner, it's so tricky to... You want to brake late enough for the second bit that you're not giving away all the time, but you also, if you go in too hot to the first part, you go on the grass like we saw a couple of times from Spiegel in the last one. Don't know whether to go for third for that corner or stay in fourth. So I was doing, what, 25.1 was my best lap in the last race. So we'll see how this puts us. 24.8, so that's our best lap overall so far. So Volvo performing nicely around Silverstone for anyone who's going to jump in these races later. Try and use more of the curbs. Be a bit more aggressive. That's too much curb. We'll get around for one more lap. We're on pole by 8/10, but we'll have to see if anyone's... There might be some drivers still set lap times, still haven't set a good one, so we'll have to keep an eye out. But I'm also wondering if this is if this race has been turned into splits and I'm in the lower split. Oh, you're 37. Yes, excellent, John. I wasn't sure. You know, you might have been 18. I don't know. The Volvo's definitely better than the Laguna through the last sector. I can just feel it's much more controlled at the rear. It feels like it's got a better differential coming out that last hairpin, and you just better drive out the corner. You can get your angles more naturally. It just feels better. The only way of really testing that is like doing hot laps or qualifying runs. Anyway, that's invalid. So qualifying's over. We're going to see how many people are in the split. We've got some. So Nika's got within 5/10, so that's good. Yeah, it's a smaller split. So I think this is a 2-split race. So I think we've been put in the bottom split because my ranking is not that high. I haven't done that many ranked races. So yeah, potentially there's another split above us right now, having a lot of fun. So it's fine. We'll try and race. Hey, great race. It was great. Thank you so much for battling with me. You probably could have just opened up the taps at some point and run away. I'm not sure, but it was great fun. I just couldn't get the job done. I tried to go outside after cops on the last lap, and as soon as I did it, I thought, why am I here? Because there's nothing I can do really, other than just try and scare you. But yeah, it was good, really good fun. So thank you for that. I think I'm in the bottom split for this one. I don't know if you're also doing this one, or if you've taken a breather to, because I know you're also very busy managing everything on the Discord. But yeah, it was a great race. The lap times were so close as well. Ah, nice. Cool. I don't know if Moritz Lerner's in the top split right now, if that's what you mean. Racing at home, quite possibly. But it's fine. We'll have fun. We're going to end with a 15-minute race. I'll try and win it. But let's just see. Whereabouts from Scotland am I from? I am from the Highlands, John. So I'm from Attain, which is like 45 minutes north of Inverness. My dad lived in Livingston for a number of years. But no, I'm in Glasgow now, but I'm from Tain. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, so unfortunately we're not in the top split. There is a good race going on in the top split with Moritz and folk like that, which we can't see, but that's fine, because this is the thing. This is now a test where we're actually trying out split racing for the first time. So this is what RaceRoom was needing to try and get more people into the servers. You're no longer having to rely on a quiet server or trying to pick the one with the most people in it that looks like it's going to be a good race and people are unsure, and this gives it a bit of security. You know how many people are registered, you register for the race, and you can see from that how many splits there are going to be, is it going to be a busy grid, etc. So it's great. First pole of the day. Gonna have another rolling start. 15 minutes around Silverstone. Yeah, now might be a good time to try it again, honestly. If this looks good fun to you, I know that the race earlier was just great fun. And the Mazda race, to be fair, I had a great battle through the MX-5s too. I just thought the Super Tourers piqued my interest even more. Cheers, John. Thanks very much. It is nice up there. Right. Almost forgot about sequential again. We've got an 850 on second place, so it's a Volvo 1-2, but the older one behind us. Okay, survived the opening corners, half-second lead. One thing I'm enjoying about this is I'm kind of forgetting that it's ranked, and I mean that in a good way. Like, sometimes when I play certain sims and I'm doing ranked multiplayer, I put a lot of pressure on myself for, like, gaining ratings, or, you know, every position matters, or, oh, what if I don't do myself justice here, or my safety rating, what if I, you know, lose some points and go down. But because it's kind of early days with this, it's the first with the new UI, and also my ratings are very much, like, kind of fairly close to baseline at the moment. It just means that I don't feel any pressure here. Like, I'm just going to go out and have some fun, and the fact that the racing is enjoyable to the point where I'm kind of forgetting that it's ranked racing is a great sign. Because the whole point of ranked is obviously you've got something to try and achieve, something to work towards, and it also balances the racing, which is what you want. So you can, you know, earn your place in a top split, and then, you know, fight against the best drivers on the game. But when you're in a really good battle, those sort of details don't really matter. Alright, ran wide through Cox, so that's invalid, but it doesn't really matter. Didn't gain anything from it, so... Yeah, the big old red box. The Jim Richards red box. Sticking with me well, so the two of us are driving away. So we've definitely got a race in our hands. I'll do my best. Yeah, but the in-game radar thing is always interesting, because I remember some developers have said, oh, we don't want an in-game radar because it's not realistic. That's the argument that I sometimes hear about the in-game radar. Now, I personally am a fan of the in-game radar, and I know it's not realistic, but I'll tell you why I actually think it makes it more realistic, and that's because in real life, it's a bit like VR. Like, in real life, when I'm racing around Silverstone, I look to my left at the mirror, I look to my right in the mirror, I can hear cars around me, so I can tell when someone is alongside me. Sometimes, of course, you get it wrong, or you can't quite, you're not sure. But generally speaking, unless you're racing in Formula E, you can hear the cars around you, and therefore you can judge their position, you can judge when they're sending it down the inside, and you can glance in your mirrors much more readily. When I'm on a single monitor and I can't really move my head, I'm not playing in VR or TrackIR, I can't do that. And in that situation, actually, I've got a lot less awareness of who's around me than I would in real life. So actually having an in-game radar, although that's unrealistic in its own right, actually gives me a more realistic racing experience, where I'm like, okay, I can better judge now if a car's actually passed me or not. So it's all about your perspective on what is authenticity. It's like, is authenticity having everything technically as close as possible, or is authenticity having the experience as close as possible? Because that's two very different things. Very different things. If the technicalities of something are perfectly authentic, that doesn't mean the experience feels authentic. It might make it more difficult, because there are also limitations. Like, maybe you create the perfect car that all of the dimensions and the suspension and everything does exactly what the real car does, but because you're on a sim, you can't feel those differences as much. So actually it doesn't feel realistic, but it is technically realistic. Or would you say authenticity is when you're driving a car that just feels natural and drives in a way that you'd expect the real car to kind of feel, even if technically it's floating along the ground, or, you know, like, where do you draw the line is what, you know. That's gotten very deep and expanded on a comment about in-game radars, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. Okay, Nika is keeping us very honest, which is great. So I've just had a 24.8, same pace as qualifying, and he's still half a second behind. So we have a race in our hands, guys, which is what we want. I'm going to do my best to try and win it. Still a bit of an issue with that steering wheel kind of freezing up for a second. So what do you think? Should we have a radar? Let us know. I think if you can, do a radar. That's my opinion. I would like a radar. And since we got the radar in LMU, which wasn't there at the start, ever since we got it, I'm like, oh, thank goodness we have the radar. I just love this international layout of Silverstone in the 90s. It's just such a good flow to it. Oh, looked at the comments, drove onto the grass. Yeah, fun of course is first, and realism can create fun by being realistic. Like when I was a kid, if you'd have told me like, oh, realistic racing with cars that handle like real full-length races and pit stops and all the things that happen in real life, I would have been like, that sounds like so much fun. The reality is when you actually do that, it might be fun for a bit, but if the races are too long, like I don't think many of us want to do F1 length races every day of the week. Like it's too much. So like the point I'm trying to make, I guess, is, yeah, it's like fun is, of course, the most important factor. Realism can sometimes create fun, but realism shouldn't come at the cost of fun, depending on what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to be the most realistic sim, like, training tool, then, yeah, realism can come at the cost of fun, because it's work. But if you're trying to create a racing game for people to enjoy and have fun racing in, and the whole point is that, you know, make them happy and make them buy your product, fun is more important than realism. But that is, of course, a wider question, you know, like that could lead you down the route of, okay, but yeah, that's proven by more people buy Mario Kart than iRacing, but that's like a whole other thing. That's a different kind of thing. We're all like sim racing fans, so we want things to be like based in realism. We want to experience what it's like to be a driver and have to do the similar inputs and all of these things that real racing gives you. That's what we're trying to achieve with sim racing. So it's a very different type of argument. It's not just about fun, obviously. It's about what you're looking for specifically. But does a radar improve the enjoyment of a race? I think it improves the cleanliness of a race and the awareness of your surroundings. And I don't think a race has ever been ruined by having a radar. Like, I don't think you've ever gone, oh, that race would have been so much more authentic and, you know, realistic if we didn't have a radar. Because when you do have a radar, it just means you're slightly more likely to avoid crashes. I am going on a big ramble here. Someone stop me, please. So absolutely Nika's keeping me honest, 6/10 behind me, but I don't think he's faster than me, I think we're just the same speed. So at the moment, as long as I don't make mistakes, I'm okay, but he's right there, so if I do make a mistake, which is very possible, then he's right in the mix. And I've got to keep on. I mean, my lap times right now are faster than my best lap of that previous race, so I'm having to be on the pace, doing like high 24s every lap to maintain this position. I want to try and get like a mid-24. I want to try and get a perfect lap in. Delta at the bottom right of the electronic dash, I think, on the steering wheel. I don't know if that's compared to the best lap or the last lap. I'm going to say best, maybe. Yeah, I think blown piston motorsport, 100%. 100%. Five minutes to go. I've opened out a second lead now, so first win of the day could be doable. Could be on, I should say, not doable. Not a good exit. It's going to be another high 24, I think. I've actually been learning to keep it within track limits this time. At least with these 90s circuits, if you run over the curbs, you actually touch the gravel, so it's a genuine penalty, rather than the modern ones where everyone runs on the curbs all the time to gain an advantage, and that's when track limits become annoying, because you don't know, you just need to know where the limit is. Whereas around here, at least if you get track limits, you've probably gone too far anyway, so keeps you naturally within the lines a bit better. Well, a bit of a lawnmower on the front. Oh, slightly got away with it. Yeah, that's fair, but crew chief, like, depends on the type of racing. So like crew chief is obviously more realistic because you have an engineer telling you things, and when you're on an oval, having a spotter, I mean that's perfect because you actually, the spotter is really useful and tells you, oh, that's gonna count as a corner cut. The spotter is really useful because you actually know when someone's alongside you and stuff like that. So that's realistic. But obviously in a race around a road course, you don't have spotters telling you where cars are around you. So, but I know there's more, like they'll give you the lap time information and everything, but that won't, they'll, you know, in terms of realism, don't know why I said realism. You know, crew chief's gonna help you with that stuff, but not help you with the actual on-track battling for position. Yeah. Ah, sorry. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Immersion. Sorry, I'm trying to read everything at the same time. That makes complete sense. That's something actually. While we're talking about crew chief, I think with this major RaceRoom update that's launched today, it will actually, and they've warned you about this, I believe, but it will make a lot of third-party apps need updating, or they might just need it might be that there is an update already available and these things will work, but it might be that some of the apps now become unstable until they work things out, because basically it's like a reset point for a lot of things. So just bear that in mind if you're someone, and I don't know the details of this, so I don't want to get too into the nitty-gritty because I'll be wrong, but if you're someone who uses third-party apps with the likes of RaceRoom, just check them. Like, don't assume they're going to be perfect when you launch the game, because it might be that they need updated, it might be that they're no longer going to work, so just check that. Right, 2 minutes 20 to go. We've opened up a 1.8 second lead, so there's still back markers to think about. Oh, we've had one so far, but I think we're okay. We've got a nice little buffer now. This version of Cops is so good as well. Like, not having the runoff on the outside, just that curb, it's such a nice feeling when you get it right. Yeah, the Mazda races are hourly, so basically the races are every half hour, so you go Super Tourer 1, like, on the hour, I think, and then Mazda races at half past the hour. And the races are only 15 minutes, but there's also 7 minutes of practice, 7 minutes of practice, and 5 minutes of quali, something like that. 6 minutes of quali, maybe, so you need to register in advance. If you don't want to miss the races, as in you don't want to miss the next race that's coming up in half an hour, you need to register for both races at the same time. So always be registered for the next race that you're going to join after the one you're about to do. I hope that makes sense. And even then, as I discovered after the Super Touring Car race last time, I left the server too late, and even though I'd registered for the MX-5 race, it wouldn't actually let me join. So hopefully that's something RaceRoom can look into. I'd be keen to know where, like, high 24s would be putting me in the top split right now. I wouldn't be right at the front, I know that, but I'd be curious to know. I'd love to be able to see the results. I might have to go and check someone else's stream who's in split 1 just to see roughly where we'd be. I'm reckoning, like, 6th-ish, maybe? But I don't know who's in there. I could race these cars all day. Yeah, the combo changes will be, I mean, obviously this is the first combo, but you'll be able to see how regularly they're changed within the next few days, I'm sure. I don't know if the daily races last more than 1 day. Yeah, so now daily, weekly, and monthly. Yeah, okay. So maybe new daily races each day. which kind of makes sense. Of course, there are sprint races and feature races, so there are, of course, Hypercar and GT3 multi-class races going on at the moment too in the daily section, and then we have some weekly races starting tomorrow, actually. So the Nürburgring NLS race. There's a few splits tomorrow evening, and then there's more races on Saturday and Sunday, so if you're up for some RaceRoom this weekend, maybe take a look at that. 60-minute races around the Nordschleife, that's always going to be a lot of fun. There we go, first ranked win of the day with a new UI. The Jim Richards Volvo didn't have enough for us at the end. We ran away. Unfortunately, it wasn't the most enjoyable race in terms of battling. There was none of it at all. I just had my head down. But Nika was keeping me honest the whole way, so it kept it exciting. That first race, though, that was absolutely epic. And, yeah, really good fun. Thanks, everyone. Cheers, guys. I'm sure there will be F4 ranked races, just not right now. Matt's wrap. So today, there's obviously only so many combos each day to keep it consistent and allow you to practice stuff. Were you in the top split, Martin? If you could let me know. If you were in the top split, I don't know if you're in this split. I'll probably see the results soon. Actually, I can do it out now. I think you're in the top split. What kind of pace was P8? I'm curious to know. So yeah, Nika was a 25-0, which was actually faster than all of us in the last race. So if you leave on time, I'm going to quit, and hopefully it doesn't affect results and stuff. Could I have done the next race? If I was registered, I would only be 1 minute past the hour. So I think if I'd have quit and I was signed up, I think I could have done the Mazda race that was on right now, but it would be very close. Mid to low 23s. Wow, okay. Wow, I'm way off. So the top split was where it was at. Insane. So yeah, I do expect to see F4 races being cycled through the ranked systems. Yeah, I agree. That's like a teething thing. I think you're right. Either make practice slightly less long, make qualifying a lap shorter or whatever it is, and even make the races like 14 minutes or just. I would like to be able to leave a race just before half past and still get into the next one. So yeah, obviously you can register in advance. That's fine on its own. That's enough. But you want to be able to still be allowed to join the server up until qualifying. That would be good. 121's insane. I don't know if it was. I think it was open setup as well. But I need to. I need to see how that's being done, because that's incredible. I know there's I definitely had another like second or something if I'd have pushed more into the corners where I knew I was leaving some on the table. But yeah, incredible, absolutely incredible. So I will look forward to going and watching some of that split one action. But hey, if I get my racing up and I'm in the higher splits, at least I'll still be able to, even if I'm not fighting for the win or at the top 5, 10, I'll still have good fights through the field. Like, that's the thing. It's just about finding people at the same level as you. And even in that race, you know, there was at least 2 of us that were the same speed. And that's with only, I think, a couple of splits in the first day of this. So it's good to see. Anyway, that's going to be it. I've really enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much for joining me throughout. And I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far of RaceRoom Ranked. A reminder that if you want to see everything that's being updated in the game, we have a video on the channel, so you can go and watch that. We uploaded it last night, where I kind of cover some of the stuff we've already covered today, right? I look at the ranked multiplayer UI before having actually tested it. I talk a little bit about the Hypercars, the Laguna, and also the new graphics as well. So go and check that out if you haven't already and you want to learn a little bit more. Or, alternatively, jump on RaceRoom and give it a go yourself. Buy the content you need. It's free to get the game. It might take you 6 days to download if you're running on bad Wi-Fi like some of us here. But hopefully you can get it done. And yeah, even if you can't race today, give it a go tomorrow. Jump in a Super Touring race. I guarantee you won't regret it if you can get stuck into the Super Tourers. It's really, really good. But you guys have been awesome. Thanks so much for the support throughout the stream. It's been great. The comments have been popping off. You've had some great discussions. Always love a good chat about racing games and comparing things and analysing things. It's been great. And yeah, we're going to go and relax. There's been so much happening this week. Obviously, the Forza video is now on the channel as well. We've had a NASCAR 25 update video, which was on the channel yesterday. I think we've had 3 videos in a stream in a few days, and we've got more coming likely more coming this week, and there's also going to be more, of course, next week. We've already made some plans for a few things, so it's all kicking off in the racing game space, let's just put it that way. So keep your eyes peeled, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything, and I thoroughly recommend keeping an eye on the TraxionGG website on a daily basis, because our editorial team, our wonderful editorial team, Tom, Ross and Martin, are constantly keeping on top of all things racing games and posting news articles as soon as we have the info, sometimes as well on, as things are announced too. So it's the place to go to get all of your latest racing game news, reviews, updates, etc, etc. But I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to let you guys get away. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great afternoon. See you again soon.